polls will be through my tablet, so that may take a little bit. But all right, so we have Warlock, Priest, and Paladin for the arena choices. I'll go ahead and give you guys a choice. Just gonna do the first 3 letters of each one since I'm typing on my tablet, make it a little easier. Alright guys, so poll's open. Go ahead and vote on who you would like to play in the arena. Again, Priest or Paladin we have for daily quests. I do think Warlock is probably stronger than Priest in the arena. Paladin can be okay in the arena if you get the good buff spells, but Warlock tends to have good aggression and good removal. Actually, the best arena runs I've had have been with Warlock, so... May not really need the voting options as people aren't voting. We do have 1 vote for Paladin, 1 for Priest. Still not too many folks in the stream. It's kind of interesting on the streaming times. I noticed I did a late night stream last week, like on a Thursday, and ended up with like 30 people at almost midnight my time. So 7 o'clock Eastern might be not the best time to start doing streams, it seems like. So. Alright, so a couple Paladins. Boda, you prefer Warlock. I think you picked Warlock just to make it all even, so now I have to decide. Alright, you know what? We actually haven't played Warlock in a while, so let's go ahead and do Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine!
We can play a Paladin or a Priest deck later for the dailies if we want. Thanks, Boda. Alright, so let's go ahead and close the poll. Alright, so Warlock. Obviously, Imp Master can be very good for Warlock because she spawns Imps, so you get some demon synergy with Warlocks. Not a big fan of Ancient Mage for Warlock. I love Stampeding Kodo for Arena because a lot of times you get a 2-for-1 trade. You get a 2-for-1 between his ability and the Kodo himself. I think I'm actually going to go... I'm going to go Imp Master here. So a couple good Warlock spells. Mind Control Tech is so situational that I tend not to use it. Too much in Arena. Sorry guys, I want to check one thing real quick. Okay. So here I think Shadow Flame is nice. It gives a good AoE clear ability. But Void Terror is great as well. You can make a really big minion out of it. So I think I'll go Void Terror here. Maybe we'll go a demon-centric deck. Argent Squire is okay. Bluegill Warrior is pretty good. Leper Gnome is awesome for Arena. So let's go Leper Gnome. Couple decent minions here. Stranglethorn Tiger is nice for the stealth. Thrallmar Farseer is good for the Wind Fury. I like Drain Life because it gives you some minion removal and it gives you a little bit of a heal as well. And with a Warlock, 2 health is basically the same as drawing a card with his hero ability. So I think Drain Life is the best choice. Flame Imp, so with Warlocks, I think Flame Imp and the Stealth Imp, which I'm blanking on his name right now, are awesome cards. I will pretty much take them all day long, so let's go Flame Imp here. You like Golem? Golem is not bad at all. It's a 2/3, and you also get a 2/1 when it dies. It gives you some really good value, but I think Flame Imp is much better. Stealth Imp is Blood Imp. Yeah, you're right, Boda. It's been so long since we played a Warlock, I couldn't remember the name of it. I'm gonna go Flame Imp here. 3 good cards. I think for Arena, Hellfire is just awesome. It's not only a board clear, but it's also 3 damage to the hero, so it lets you finish the game off. Dread Infernal is pretty good for dealing with small minions. Summoning Portal is great for getting minions out, but Hellfire, I think for Arena, is the best of these 3 cards. There's the Blood Imp, which is really good. Since Demons is pretty good, we're going to have a pretty demon-heavy deck, so Since Demons isn't bad. Shield Bearer is okay, but I love the Blood Imp, so we're going to go Blood Imp. Alright, so obviously our mana curve here is pretty low at this point. But we'll deal with that when we have to. I'm not a big fan of Magma Rager as a 5/1, although with the Blood Imps, if we get the Blood Imp down, that'll help him stay alive. Spiteful Smith, we're not going to really have a weapon unless we get a Lord Jaraxxus, so I think Acidic Swamp Ooze is the best play. Occasionally you get to actually use its Battle Cry, but even if you don't, as a 3/2 for 2, it's pretty good. So Ironfur Grizzly gives us some early to mid game taunt. Summoning Portal we've already talked about. Summoning Portal is great for getting your minions out faster. Gnomish Inventor is good. It gives you some draw power. We probably should put some draw power in the deck, but with Warlock's hero ability, draw power isn't quite as important, although you still need it. I mean, these are all great cards. Summoning Portal is a form of soft taunt because people will do whatever they have to kill it, so... I think I'm gonna go Gnomish Inventor here. Start a little draw power. Let's see. Master Swordsmith's not bad. Bloodsteel Corsair is so situational. I think Shadow Flame is the obvious choice here. Go in another Hellfire. Didn't have to think about it. Alright, so this is an interesting choice here. These are all 3 really good early minions. We already have one Leper Gnome, a second one won't hurt. We already have one Flame Imp, again, a second one won't hurt. The Bluegill Warrior is actually pretty good, but I prefer the Flame Imp here. It gives us some demon synergy if we ever get the demon cards, which so far we haven't, but we may. Leper Gnome obviously is great as well. I think I'm going to go Flame Imp. Wow, another Flame Imp. Well... we'll have a very aggressive deck, that's for sure. We could go ahead and pick up a Summoning Portal at this point, but I like Flame Imp again, I really do. Alright, so finally have a chance at some bigger minions here. Frostwolf Warlord in this deck could be really good because we're going to have a lot of low-cost minions, it looks like. Corehound I think is great, but better for a beast deck. Jungle Panther is good, although if you're going to go Stealth Minion, there's other ones I'd rather have. So I think Frostwolf Warlord is the better play. Okay, Spiteful Smith we're not going to take. Nightblade is really good. It's a 5/4/4. You get 3 damage to the hero. But Power Overwhelming is just such a great card. Especially with Void Terror, so we can Power Overwhelming something and then use Void Terror, and the Void Terror gets really big. So it's got to be Power Overwhelming here. Alright, so Wolf Rider is basically a 3-cost spell with the charge, plus you get a minion on the field. Abusive Sergeant is good. It's a 1, it's a 2/1, which isn't bad. It has a decent battle cry. But Acolyte of Pain, I think, is the way to go. It gives us a little bigger minion, and it gives us draw power, so... Alright, so we have a chance here at some epics. Go in reverse order here. Pit Lord, the reason it's a 4 and it's a 7/5, which is really strong. But 7 damage to your hero. And, you know, I've tried using Pit Lord in some constructed Warlock decks, and honestly, it doesn't work very well. Mountain Giant is actually not a bad choice for Warlocks because of your draw power. You could just draw up cards pretty early and play this thing. But Twisting Nether is ridiculous. It just destroys all minions. It's a board clear. It's a game reset. I think it's hard not to take Twisting Nether for Warlocks if you have a chance, especially in Arena. Now, granted, it's an 8-drop, so you don't get it till late in the game, but it can turn the tide of a game, so I don't think it's a huge discussion. So you have an interesting choice here. We could take yet another Flame Imp, which I'm not opposed to at all. Or we could do Demon Fire, which will give us our first Demon Synergy card. It also has 2 damage, so we can use it as a form of removal, or we can make one of our minions a 2/2, like these Flame Imps or Blood Imps, Flame Imps, or the Imps we get from Imp Master. So I think Demon Fire, I actually would love another Flame Imp, but I think Demon Fire is the better card here. So, you know, our mana curve, we're a little over halfway through. Our mana curve's a little light, but that's okay. I like the cards we have. Ancient Brewmaster lets you bounce a card, which is great if you have a good battle cry ability. Voidwalker gives us some taunt, which we don't have taunt yet, plus it's another demon. Razorfin Hunter is a good card, but I think here it'd be the Brewmaster or the Voidwalker I would prefer, and actually would tend towards the Voidwalker. But the yeah, these are all good cards. I tend towards the Voidwalker, although again we're gonna have a ton of 1-drops. That's not necessarily bad with the Warlock, where you can draw cards with your hero power. Alright, so we have yet more epics. Again, we've already talked about Pit Lord, not going to take that. Big Game Hunter is a really good epic card. It lets you destroy a minion with attack of 7 or more. That can be very helpful in the in-game. However, I think of these 3, I'd prefer Bane of Doom. Deal 2 damage to a character if it kills it, summon a random demon. The demons it can summon all have pretty, except for one, have pretty bad battle cry effects. But if it comes in through Bane of Doom, you don't trigger the battle cry. So you can actually get a really good minion and not have to take the negative aspects of it. So Bane of Doom. Alright, so 10 cards left. Again, our mana curve is actually not too bad. We're really high in the 1s, but you know, some 2, 3, 4s would be nice, and maybe a couple more big cards if we have the chance. Spell power, I don't think is going to be that good here. We don't have a great deal of spells. We have Hellfires. That'd be about the only thing I would do. Murloc Raider, no. So I think Frostwolf Grunt is actually the best way to go. These are not, it's not a great selection for us here. Now we get a bunch of 3-drops. Again, Spell Power I don't think is very good. We only have Drain Life and Demon Fire and Hellfire. Draxus, of course, would be awesome. I think here, Tauren Warrior gives us another taunt. And yeah, so... Wow, they really want us to have a bunch of low-cost cards in this deck. A little bit of Spell Power wouldn't be bad, but... I'm talking about the last cards. Murloc Tidehunter is a great card even in a non-Murloc deck, but I think we got to go Power Overwhelming again. I mean, we're going to have like 10 one-cost cards, but again, I think it's the best way to go. Alright, so we really do need some bigger minions. I don't want to go Wisp. Acolyte of Pain gives us some more draw power, but we already have one Acolyte of Pain. I like Priestess of Elune here. As a Warlock, you're going to be taking damage with your hero power. Priestess is a 6 for 5/4, gets you a decent body on the field, and you also restore 4 health. We could go with another Acolyte of Pain to really accelerate our deck for more draw power. I'm not too opposed to that, but I think Priestess of Elune is our better play here. What do you guys in chat think? I'm fine with either one. Looks like people are thinking. Yeah, we need more discussion. What do you guys think? Acolyte of Pain or Priestess of Elune? So we got one Acolyte of Pain, one Priestess of Elune. I think, Priestess of Elune, Acolyte of Pain wouldn't be bad as many low-cost cards as we have. I'm gonna go Priestess, though. A couple of folks in chat are saying Priestess. I tend to agree with that. Oh, we have another Priestess of Elune. So 2 taunt minions here and another Priestess of Elune. Iron for Grizzly isn't bad. It gives us a 3-drop taunt. Shield Bearer, I'm not a huge fan of because as a 0/4, it can get silenced and become useless. I think another Priestess of Elune, though, is not a bad play. Alright, so a few more choices here. We have 5 cards left to go. Archmage is a 6/4/7, a 6-drop for a 4/7. It's a pretty big body on the field. It's hard to remove in one turn. It does also give us a spell power. I'll tell you the deck that I think Wisp, people in chat are talking about Wisp. I think Wisp has a place in a few decks. One would be a rogue deck because it's a 0-cost card, so it procs combos and everything else. Paladins and Druids, where they can buff it up if you ignore it, I think aren't bad as well. But I really see Wisp in a rogue deck working the best. Like everything else works best in a rogue deck. So I think here, I actually like Corruption for removing one big minion, but I think we need some more big bodies on the field, and one extra spell power might come in handy along the way. So I think I would actually go Archmage. What's most likely to affect the game the most, Archmage or Corruption? The answer to that question is Corruption, honestly. So I'm gonna go Corruption. Hopefully we get some more big minions we can pull here. We have tons of 1-drops. And of course, now we have another good 1-drop. So Scarlet Crusader is pretty good. Corehound is a decent 7-drop at a 9/5. But I like Mortal Coil. It gives you 1 point of damage. It gives you draw a card. So, yeah, we'll go Mortal Coil. Okay, so this is now officially the 1-drop deck. You know, I think we go Blood Imp here. I really do. We have 3 Flame Imps already, and I like another Blood Imp on the field. I don't think Mana Wraith is a good choice for us. Arcane Golem I don't like, so I really think Sun Fury Protector is the best choice. Alright, well, we get 1 more minion. 1 more card. I think Void Terror is the best play here. Twilight Drake is good. I mean, for Warlocks, Twilight Drake is not bad because you can keep drawing cards and really buff it up. But we have so many low drop cards that, I don't know. I mean, so if you think about it, you start off with 3 cards or 4 cards. You can draw the first 3 turns to get to 6 or 7, and you drop Twilight Drake, but we want to play small minions. I agree, Boda. I like Void Terror better here. Alright, so that's the deck. I'll go back and open a pack real quick for luck. We'll also, generally we'll open packs between for every game that we win. That's what I usually do. So. Nothing too exciting here. So let's jump straight into the arena. So as always, guys, if you have any questions about the game, the card, strategy, life, maybe not so much life, but any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask in chat, and I will respond to them. Alright, so this is the first game of this arena deck. It's a Warlock deck. We are calling this the 1-drop Imp deck because we have something like 12 1-drops, and a lot of which are Flame Imps and Stealth Imps. I forgot the name yet again. So we'll see how it goes. A few announcements as well. I have been playing around with the YouTube channel layout, so let me know what you guys think. I think it's a little bit better. There's also another Mana Grind Hearthstone tournament this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I am planning to play in it, so we'll see how it goes.
Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, so we're playing a rogue in arena, which is mildly annoying. I'm going to keep the 1 Hellfire, but drop everything else. So we have this great 1-drop deck, and yet somehow we didn't drop any 1-drops. I think the other announcement, guys, if you haven't seen, you can go on the Hearthstone forum or Hearthstone.com website. There was a Turn 2 is a podcast that went out yesterday from Artosis, and there was a member of the Blizzard development team there, and they talked about balance changes that are coming up. Thanks, Asterat. Tell your girlfriend I appreciate the compliment. And so they talked about balance changes that are coming up. One of which is they have said that they believe rogues are too strong. They are also going to adjust the damage or adjust the gold that you get in arena. And there was some other changes they talked about as well. But check out Hearthstone.com and you can see the changes that Blizzard has talked about having. And then also, as I mentioned, I would check out Artosis TV on YouTube. Artosis is a very well-known StarCraft commentator and caster, but he has now started a Hearthstone podcast called Turn 2, and I thought it was pretty good, so check it out. So this is gonna suck. I tell you what, this is again why rogues are stupid. Yeah. Turn 2 and he's able to put out 11 points of damage. I mean, that's just wrong. We're gonna have to kill that guy with our Blood Imp at this point.
Sure, send the lift guy.
We can't take another 10 points of damage. But we'll be able to destroy his weapon with the Acidic Swamp Ooze, so that's good. Yeah, so they did talk about that priests are gonna need some help, that they need to be buffed up. I meant to print out the post so I could talk to you guys about the changes, but definitely check it out on Hearthstone.com.
So many options.
Direwolf Alpha for a rogue is kind of odd, although it is arena, so you never know. Don't want to use the Void Terror just yet. So get the Leper Gnome out. Go ahead and get our Imp Master out.
I'm not a morning person.
We're kind of low already. I mean, this isn't a great trade for us, but I don't really want to lose 2 more points of health to this Dire Wolf, so I'm going to kill it with my Acidic Swallow. Want to get some board control back. So 5-drop will get our Frostwolf Warlord down, or we could get a Flame Imp. I think we'll go ahead and get our Frostwolf Warlord down.
What you want?
The Frostwolf Warlord is going to synergize well with the Imp Master, because if she puts tokens out, he's going to get bigger, so... And eventually we can attack with him and absorb him with the Void Terror. Well, he got silenced, but he's still a 4/4, which isn't bad. Alright, Coach, I'll check it out. Alright, so our Priestess for the heal, which will be good. So let's go ahead and do
I
that.
am the blade of the goddess.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Time
just
for
attack here with the Warlord and trade with the... Could have gotten 1 more token out of the Imp Master potentially, but I'd rather clear the field. We still have Hellfire if we need to clear more minions.
Is my shield.
Now the one thing we don't have in this deck is Taunt, Silence, which would be really good against the Sunwalker. We don't have a good way to deal with that Sunwalker. We could Hellfire, that's kind of silly just to pop the shield, plus we're going to kill our own minions a little bit that way. So I think the best thing to do here... We have to do a 2-for-1, which I really don't like. I'm just going to get minions down on the field.
Do I have to? I'll decide on it.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. This is
Time for
not the
killing.
best in the world, but...
Not the Lord.
Job done.
So the Blood Imp allowed us to keep our Priestess of Elune alive, so... We still have Hellfire as well. Fan of Knives is going to be annoying. I was able to kill our Stealth Imp and kill our Priestess of Elune as well, so... It's a good pull for the Rogue.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
So now Hellfire is getting to the point where it could be a decent option. Another Priestess of Elune. Alright, so... I'm gonna play the other Priestess of Elune, heal more health up. We could Sun Fury Protector. It's actually not a bad idea, and then just attack into the hero.
Really necessary?
Hey Mickey, how's it going?
Time for killing.
Shields up.
Job done.
It's funny when they did specifically talk about the Defias ringleader being too strong during that Hearthstone podcast, and the way the Blizzard guy put it is he said it will still be their town, just not as much their town.
Drink with me, friend.
He's gonna bounce and cast him again. Ringleader is just such a ridiculous card. I'm doing well, Mickey. Just enjoying the stream tonight. So here comes the Ringleader probably back out again. You know, we're in good shape. We're in decent shape, though.
To my command.
Now, one thing I wish Void Terror would do is if you absorbed a minion and it had Taunt, I wish it would also absorb the Taunt. But sadly, it won't. Alright, we don't really have great options here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Alright, Demon Fire's not bad. So we can kill off the Brewmaster with Demon Fire. Or we could save it for a big buff.
I got this.
I'm gonna go ahead and take out the Brewmaster. Maintain some control here. We'll just hold the rest of our cards for now. So we do 3 points of damage with Hellfire, so we only need 8 more points of damage. Now we only need 6 more points of damage. We'll be able to kill the Smith with Mortal Coil, which will be nice.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
Nixia. Well, I feel a Hellfire coming on to deal with all those whelps. Alright, well, Corruption will be good for Nixia.
Why do you fall?
Now, the question is, can we survive this turn? Because he'll probably have something to remove the taunt, which means he's going to hit us for 8 with the Nixia, 9 with his weapon. It means he only needs 5 more points of damage from anywhere, which as a rogue, 5 points of damage is not hard to come by if you have eviscerates or head cracks or anything. So there's definitely a chance we could lose here. If he doesn't have any way to remove the taunt, though, we'll be okay. And I'm guessing there's no obvious answer since he hasn't attacked yet. If he had like a sap or something just to get the taunter out of the way, that could really spell trouble. Well, obviously he didn't, so... So, you know, we're in okay shape, but our main issue at this point is he's got 5 cards and we have 2. So, that's going to present a problem. Hey, Doug, how's it going?
This is our town, scrub.
Well, we need to pull another Hellfire, honestly. I'm glad we took that Corruption, though, to deal with the Nixia. That's not going to do it, and if we play both Flame Imps, we're going to die. 5, 7, 9, that's game. There's nothing we can do. We can heal. If we play the Flame Imps, that's going to take us down to 9, which will kill us, so... You know, I could go ahead and play the Void Terror. I'm going to do that on the off chance that we survive this turn, and next turn we draw a Hellfire, and we Hellfire and win with the Void Terror. But, you know, we've got to get, he's got to put 4 points of damage out from somewhere, so. If I put the Flame Imps out, he could have killed us. Because he would have had 4 points from the Flame Imps, 7 from his minions, and 9 more. 7 from his minions and 2 more from his weapons. So. Alright, we really need to draw a Hellfire. Well, that's game. Never mind.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
That's a close game. I mean, we're playing against a rogue, and you know, rogues are the best meta in the game right now, so. I felt like we did pretty decent that game. Tell you what, rogues are rough in arena. They're rough, period. They're rough anywhere, but... Alright, so going into game 2 here. I think the last Mana Grind tournament, I want to say out of the top 8 decks. 4 were rogues.
Gul'dan
So,
versus.
and I could make a very good rogue deck, honestly,
Your soul
and play in the
shall be
tournament, but
mine.
it's just boring. Alright, so this isn't a bad start for us. Bane of Doom's a bit much this early, but we'll have Blood Imp turn 1. We can use Mortal Coil if we have to remove a small minion. We can Hero Power as well, so...
Do I have to?
I just feel like rogues need to have some weakness. It's like, okay, they have great removal, they have great tempo, they have great combos with their combo ability, they have awesome direct damage, they have draw power within their cards. It's like, you know, very annoying. So we could coin into the Tauren Warrior here. It's actually not a bad play.
Be my answer.
Because with the Flame Imp, he's going to be big enough that the minion can't kill him. What is the funniest text for matchmaking? They are pretty funny. I haven't paid attention to the ones lately. You know, Boda, you say starting with 25 health instead of 30. You know, Blizzard's gone through a few different incarnations of ways to balance first turn versus second turn. One of which was having the second player start with 5 extra health. So Demolisher is going to be a little annoying. There's not really a good way for us to deal with it right now.
Possibility. Bring it on.
So let's just go ahead and get... Let's do the Flame Imp. Let's draw a card and do the Flame Imp. We have 2 Flame Imps now.
I'll just ride on it.
Alright, well he got lucky and hit our Stealth Imp with... He had a 25% chance to hit him with a Demolisher? So that's kind of annoying. Very unlucky there. Turn 4, we can drop our Acolyte of Pain and another Flame Imp, so we'll stay pretty aggressive here. He's going to have to either use a card to kill that Taunter, or his Demolisher, or his Hero, all of which are okay for us. So he's going to use his Hero to kill him, so it'll take 5 points of damage, 4 with the armor. So... Yeah, no, that's the plan, is to take out the Demolisher with the Imp and Coil.
Is this really necessary?
Could get another Flame Imp down and draw a card. I think that's actually what I want to do. Stay as aggressive as possible.
I'll just ride on it.
So, the best draw at this point would be Power Overwhelming on the next one. Hopefully we'll have one of our minions alive. We could Power Overwhelming it, maybe play a cheap minion, and then play Void Terror as well.
I wonder.
And we have Bane of Doom as well, so, and Twisting Nether to clear. So we're in pretty decent shape here. We could also get Frostwolf Warlord down, and then try to use Void Terror with the Warlord the next turn. That's not a bad option as well. Void Terror is a great card. The problem is you know, you kill 2 minions, potentially, to beef him up. You can lose a lot of board presence that way if you're not careful. I've actually lost more games from Void Terror than anything else. I'll scroll through the cards here, guys, so people on stream can see them. As well as in the YouTube video, whenever possible. Alright, so we have Corruption to deal with that Berserker. I actually like that. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna definitely use Corruption here. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and just get the Acolyte of Pain down.
Let Pain, speak to me.
Necessary? Necessary?
So 21 health to 20. We have better board presence. We still have Bane of Doom and Twisting Nether. I didn't want to avoid the imps yet. I understand what you guys are saying, but
What to do?
I think I'm better off leaving the imps as is and saving the Void Terror for now. Alright, so...
I wonder.
Three, 4, 5, 6. I can't quite do that. Alright.
So many possibilities.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Necessary?
Job's done.
So I used Drain Life on the Acolyte of Pain to get the card out of him before we Void Terrored him. Not the best use of Drain Life, but... Yeah, Faceless Manipulator. Alright, we might have to Twisting Nether on turn 8 if we're still alive at that point. We'll be able to Bane of Doom next turn. I think Bane of Doom is our best choice here. Yeah, let's Bane of Doom. Nice, we got the taunt minion. That's what I was hoping for. I'm actually going to go ahead and play the second taunt minion as well.
What you want?
Hopefully that'll put enough taunt up that he can't hit us with the Sea Giant. And the next turn we